Have you ever meditated or thought about meditating or wondered what it would be like to start a practice? Hi there, I'm Sierra Loves Dogs. I am turning 50 in 2024. And as part of my focus on this milestone, I am challenging myself every month with a new commitment to try something, learn something. My January challenge is to meditate every day for 10 minutes. And just to get the disclaimers out of the way, I'm not a meditation expert. I'm not a yogi. I'm not an instructor. I'm just a girl who thinks meditating's interesting and is trying it out to see if I can experience any benefits or improvement to my well-being and mental state. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you're here. I'm a little all over the place with my content. This is my second year in YouTube and didn't quite hit the goal I wanted to last year for posting as often as I wanted to, so I'm back at it again. Mainly starting with decluttering my closet and really using YouTube as an accountability measure for me to stay on task. But I've also posted about some travel that I've done and concerts that I've gone to. 2024 is going to be a lot of fun if you stick around because I've got a new challenge every month and you'll just have to wait to see what they are. So why did I choose meditation for the month of January? There are so many benefits to meditating, and just Google meditation benefits and you'll see countless articles. I'll link some in the description box for you to review. But main goal for me is just a better default mental state. And so I tend to react very strongly. I can be very emotional. I can be very reactive. And for me, the goal is to really just be able to process from a different perspective, to have more empathy towards others, to just have a better awareness and just be able to live better and have a better state of mind as my default. Long term, it can help decrease dementia and increase memory. My grandmother suffered from dementia in her later years, and my grandfather, who just passed away a few years ago, almost at 101, had the sharpest memory and ability to process things mentally until his dying day. And that's my goal. And if meditation every day for 10 minutes can help with that, I'm in. Some of the other benefits include increased immunity, ability to sleep, ability to process pain and fatigue. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It seems like a miracle drug, if you will, even though obviously it's not a drug. It's a practice of awareness, mindfulness, gratitude, etc. Previously, I had used the Headspace app and really enjoyed the app because it would guide you through the body scans or the breathing, and I felt like I knew what was happening, and there were different programs and series of meditations you could go through. I actually really loved it, but I went to see if my membership was active, and it was not active. And meanwhile, my boyfriend is a Peloton member and had added me to his app. And so that app I have access to for free, and I didn't want to pay the additional money for Headspace. So I've been on the Peloton app for all of my guided meditations. The first couple of meditations I did were, I just dove in, and again, it's been probably 4 years since I've purposely sat down and meditated using a guide, and felt a little lost and not really sure what I should be doing. So after day 2 or 3, I had commented on it. I am posting daily on Instagram stories, so if you'd like to see how this is going every day, please follow me on Instagram. But Nick had told me that Peloton does a program that's an introduction to meditation. So I started doing that, led by Aditi Shah, and starts with breathing and body scans, and then does some metta practice. And that's where I am right now. So I'm about halfway into the month, and that's what I've done so far. Here's some clips from how it's going so you can hear from me firsthand. I don't know what happened, but I just started crying after about 2 minutes. It's hard for me to sit. It's hard for me to be quiet. It's hard for me not to be doing. It's hard for me not to be productive. I found myself really only able to stay in the moment very briefly. The tears just started coming, I think just making me sit. It's hard to sit. Interestingly, in the Headspace app that I had done previously, either I don't remember or it wasn't part of it, but I know mindfulness and awareness and being present were big components, but I don't remember what she calls the two wings or two feathers, which would be, I guess it's wings, feathers. You need more, lots of feathers. So two wings. One would be the awareness, mindfulness, which I know, and then the other would be more gratitude and appreciation and loving and kindness. So, good feelings of happiness, but deeper, I guess. It's called practice because I need to get better at it. One thing did happen today, and it's only day 4, so this occurred after 3 days of practice, which was I had received an email at work that I was upset about, and just something I was frustrated about, and had that moment of, I should be grateful for my job. I should be grateful for the opportunity to help agents market themselves better, and just a little reframing and pause, and not the reaction I normally would have had. So I thought, wow, okay, I could directly attribute that to the session I had last night, and thought, okay, so it's only been 3 days and already I'm experiencing a benefit. So I'll take that as a win. She said, take note if you feel light or happy afterwards. I start crying in the middle of it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just a release or it's really hard for me to sit. So I'm really proud of my consistency. One thing she talks about is if your mind drifts, bring it back and then don't beat yourself up. So I can appreciate that because my mind is all over the place. I was actually pretty focused on my body most of the time, realizing that as I'm sitting on the ground for most of these sessions, the lighting is just terrible. And that as I put these videos together, they're not the most flattering lighting situations for me, but that's okay. The other thing I realized is that when I do these meditations and then do a little recap afterwards, like I'm doing now, my voice is really low and calm, and that's not usually how I am. I'm usually a little more animated and lively and loud. It's maybe because someone just talked to me that way for 10 minutes. 3 or 4 minutes into it, and there was a song and a woman started singing, and I just found it so distracting. It was a beautiful song. I might actually look it up, but it was really hard to concentrate because there was a song being sung. The metta practice, I guess, is a concentration of loving kindness, and the order of expressing and understanding loving kindness and focusing on that is first with yourself, and then with people and beings who are easy to love, then those who are harder to love, and then eventually all the beings. So she had us picture someone that is easy to love. So of course I pictured my dog Chloe, who is very easy to love, and to send them love and good thoughts. And I immediately started crying. I'm curious if this happens to other people too, and would love to get your feedback. But 4 out of the 11 times that I've meditated now, I think I've just started crying in the middle of it. So is that normal? Does that happen to you too? I don't know. I don't hear about other people crying in the middle of their meditation. So maybe that's just me. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be happy, and may you live with ease. And I was like, what's ease? And then she kept saying it, may you live with ease. And I got so distracted in the middle of the meditation, I actually had to stop the meditation and Google it, because I was trying to figure out, like, one, how do you spell it, and what is it, and is it something that like you own, or is it a place where you live? Or am I supposed to live with someone named Eth? Is Eth a person? Ease. She was trying to say ease, and I think she had a lisp. To help emulate that feeling, think of someone who had extended kindness to us. So I started thinking about all the hundreds, it was like a flashback of my life, with the hundreds and thousands of people that have extended kindness to me, like going through my separation, when I was hospitalized for the snake bite, all the times that I've been in need or scared or confused, and strangers, friends, family, just extending kindness and help to me. I just got completely overwhelmed and started crying. Just did the full body scan meditation, which, look, I'm not crying. All I did was feel my body. So no tears. Just did a 10-minute metta meditation, extending loving kindness to others that we don't know, haven't met, or don't deserve it. Those are my words. I'm more of a karma person, and I think I want people to just get what they deserve. If they don't deserve loving kindness, I don't want to send it to them. And that's just me being more honest than maybe I should be, but maybe that's indicative of some personal growth I have to work on. Guess who cried today during meditation? I think I just need to come to terms with the idea that I'm going to cry most of the time when I meditate, and that's okay. And that's just how I meditate. So again, I'm about halfway through the practice here, and it'll be interesting to see at the end of 30 days what my overall takeaways are. My immediate takeaways are I've got some emotions to work through, and I don't know if I'm having burying emotions that are coming to the surface when I meditate, or maybe I'm just naturally an emotional person and it's good for me to have that release on a regular basis. But it's been interesting to experience that. If you're enjoying this video and would like to see how the month ends and what my future challenges are and all my crazy decluttering and travel videos in between, please consider subscribing. It's free to you and it means a ton to me because that's how YouTube values us and how the algorithm chooses to show. So I would appreciate it if you could hit that little subscribe and then turn on notifications. I don't know, people always say that. I don't know what that does though. So turn on notifications if you want. I have been posting daily on Instagram, and I have gotten a lot of comments from friends who do meditate and have shared their preferences or their suggestions for ways to meditate or guides that they follow. And it's fascinating because it's not something I had ever spoken with any of the people that replied about. But I think just in posting, it opened up a dialogue of meditation, and it's been really fascinating for me to hear from these people, and I really appreciate all of their comments and responses. So Anna, Joanne, Joe, Christine, Katie, Victoria talking about the walking meditation. I just really love the input and the sharing that everybody has done with their personal experiences for me, so I appreciate it so much. I would love to hear from some of you, your experiences with meditating, and was it emotional when you did the metta practice? Is there an app that you prefer? What are your takeaways? Do you do it every day? Do you stop? Do you start? I'm very curious about the practice, obviously enough to commit to it and have it be my monthly challenge. So would love to learn what you're doing. I hope if you're considering meditating that this video has been inspiring. It's very accessible. You can do it anywhere. You can do it anytime. You don't need an app. You could follow, I'm sure there are free guides on the internet. You can just do heavy breathing, not heavy breathing, intentional breathing. But I do encourage you, if you've been considering starting a practice, what's stopping you? Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you next time.